We just had the press conference kind of wrapping up from Jerome Powell. Took a quick winner on the double up alerts. I posted 2 trades this morning trying to surround the SPX. My SPX my SPX put fly 40-cent debit closed out for $1 credit on the win. So $1 credit. And I'm going to take a loss on the call side more than likely. So that would finish at 0, but that's a net 60 on one trade and a minus 30 on the other. So with the contract size, it's going to make me a few bucks, 30 cents net credit. That would be $1 minus the 40 divided by the 40. That's 100. That's not right. Equals $1 minus 0.40 divided by 0.0. There we go. 150% winner. Got it. And the other one, if I take a loss on that, net making some dollars. So this is the trade that I was looking for. We talked about it a lot this morning during daily profit play. I did take a small loss this morning on daily profit play. Ended up netting out positive on the day because of the double up alert. So the plan was we wanted to see some calm price action today, right around the open, and we didn't get it. The market went up. That was around, what time do we kind of stall out here? Around 10:35, kind of phased out, came back to middle as we came into FOMC at 2 p.m. But the levels I was watching all day, it was a SPY 600 handle that was holding. So right here, kind of holding all day around that 600 zone. It's extremely sticky with volatility today. I do wonder if by the close here in the next 52 minutes, are we back up towards 600 SPY, or are we going to start flirting with these lows? I've said the last, a couple trading days here, you've got to watch this low from last Friday, which is right here. Are we going to take out that low? We tried to poke that level today. Are we going to start pushing into these other liquidity levels? 59.50. The low is around 59.60, 59.62. That exact low is 59.63. So last Friday's low, 59.63. Does the market take it out? It's getting closer. So do we breach 59.70? Do we breach this low of 59.62? Do we have room to fall? I mean, I think we can clearly see technically that this gives, there's some room to have this market turnover. I've mentioned the 5,900 handle, the 5,905 handle. Labor market is not crying out for rate cut. Okay. I'm just reading some of the highlights here with Jerome Powell's press conference. I'll make a smarter decision if we have to wait a couple of months. Supply and demand, the labor market kept unemployment rate reasonable place. Labor supply is diminishing, less immigration. We'll talk more details about change to communications. Interesting. High level about improving communications. Okay. Oil price is steady after Trump and Iran wants to negotiate. Sentiment remains depressed. I'm looking at anything for Powell. Policy is now modestly restrictive. Policy is not very restrictive. Invest heavily in offshore wind supply chain. And that's not related. We'll take confidence that inflation is coming down. Without tariffs, that confidence we would be building. Okay. When asked if Americans should expect pain in the second half, he's not saying that. Okay, fine. Labor market not crying out for a rate cut. Business people are working their way through this. It feels more positive than it did 3 months ago. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Obviously, the market 20+% off the lows feels a lot better than wondering if the whole world is systemically at risk. So, all right. Anyway, we'll just watch some price action. That's always the key thing for the day. Is take a look at your key levels. So this is intraday. I do want to ask if anybody is in my daily profit play service who had the courage to hold this thing through the day. It's 311. Are you still holding these trades? We had the high, the low, markets right in the middle. Ultimately, this is kind of a nothing burger. Tomorrow the markets are closed for Juneteenth, so I do wonder what Friday is going to look like. I mean, Friday doesn't have to offer us much, but if this is starting to flirt with that low, possibly break that low, are there any type of geopolitical developments that happen from today into the open on Friday that actually kind of push this market over a little bit? If you can imagine, just let's say it's hanging on to a cliff edge, and something just like steps on your fingers, and all of a sudden you start losing your grip. I just wonder if that's what the market can do for a bit of a correction. Not a big one, 3, 4, 5% correction, 4, 5, 6% correction. Nothing that's crazy. Nothing that's crazy. So we will see. All right. So that is a nice little winner for double ups today. Took a manageable loss. We're I think 6 for 7 now for the weekend daily profit play. but all good. And just let the day be the day. So go back to the 5-minute chart on my other chart here. We had some levels to watch. I mean, we were just shy of the 60-35. I mean, when we were directly heading up this morning, we stalled around 60-17 or so. Did not get to 60-35, did not get to these resistance levels. And here we are, just sticking right around these high volatility zones. 5995 to 6005. The SPY is really gravitated around that 600 handle. Let's take a look at the markets. Anything it's in the heat map that stands out? Let's go heat map here. FinViz heat map. So we still have about 59% of stocks advancing. Big drop today. Look at that. Visa down 4.21%. MasterCard down as well. That's a big drop in financials. MasterCard down. PayPal down. Let's see what's going on with Visa MasterCard. All right, showing some profit now. There we go. Let's go, pairs trade. Give me some volatility. That's what I'm looking for. Let's do PayPal. PayPal is down. Let me see what I've got running on my PayPal positions. I took this for my pinch point scanner. I'm going to bring up, speaking of pinch point scanner, I'm going to bring up and see if we have any new stocks to take a look at. I've got 26 on my Go filter. So let's have a look. Pepsi, AMT, TOST, Dell, Schwab, COHR, OS, DUK. ETR might be a new one. Let me see if I did ETN earlier. ETR is on there. We did that one. LNC. What is that one? Move this over here. LNC. I'm just going to look at the name and see if we priced it out. Lincoln National Corp. Let's go LNC. Pretty good pinch. 33.25. All depends on the option chain, but earnings on the 7th of August. Don't be 5 wide. 250 wide, but only expecting a 250 move. Well, that's no good. That's no good. I want to see a bit more volatility out of this one. CWST, that's Juniper Networks, NOW. ServiceNow, that's a new one. 984. Ugh, this might be a very wide strike. This is NOW. ServiceNow. Big moves ahead, but the stock is $985. Maybe going out to August. 10 wide. Expecting a $100 move. Let's go up like $70 and see if we can get something really cheap. So if we're at 984 plus 70, so a 1050. Let's go 1050 to 1060. That's going to probably make me pay close to $7 for a $10 or a $10 winner, which I don't want. I have to go further out of the money, but let's play around with that. So 1054 on the upside, and then 70 minus 984, around 900, 915 maybe. So either I'll go 900. Ugh, that's brutal. That's way too expensive. Oh, it's a 20 wide. There we go. If I went fudge, I can't go 10 wide. Okay, so the put side of the option chain is really bad. We have to go 20 wide on the put side. If I went 20 wide here, you're paying 1060 to make 20. It's about a 1-to-1. Paying 1160. I don't love that trade. 920 to 900. That's 20 wide. 20 wide. Yeah, it doesn't price out that well. All right, never mind. So now equals later. Not taking that trade. Lazard. This one's a new one. LAZ. I didn't see that one on my list earlier this week. Trading at $43. Expect to move about $5, and we're $1 wide. That's a possibility. Let's take a look at this one. LAZ. Very nice pinch. Yeah. Okay. So I like the pinch. 43.69. See what happens on a plus minus. As long as it's cheap. Expecting a $5 move. If I go, so 43 plus a $5 move puts him up to 48. See if I can take that trade. The 43 or 42. Be 43 to be 38. So $1.48 to make 252 if that trade is accurate. So I've got a potential $3 profit. That's $4 profit. That would be $1.43. That's only 3 wide. That's 3 wide. This isn't too bad. This is a 1-to-1. If I can get filled in this one for $1.50 or less, I'll take this trade. This is LAZ pinch point scanner, looking for a move one way or the other. So either a pullback trade first or a break above the 200 and keeps going. I just need to see a $5 move. This is through August. It's about 58 days out. See if we get some volatility. Let's find out. So can I get filled here at $1? This actually, now that I see this one, I just look at the open interest. It's a lot of zeros. Let me use a different color. It's a lot of zeros. So that's probably not a good thing. Even if the price is going to move, I'm not sure if I can get the option chain to fill me the way I want. I will try this trade if it's like showing. I mean, it's showing 52-cent debit, which is crazy. I doubt that's going to fill, but let me find out. 45 by 48, 42 by 39. Let's see. I don't think there's any way this trade's going to fill. Maybe $1.50 would be upwards into that mid price, but let's go kind of 10 cents at a time. That'd be an incredible fill if I got it, less than $1, but very doubtful. 0.95. All right, I'm going to skip up to like $1.25 now. No dice. $1.35 now. $1.45. Final offer. No fill. All right. Didn't take. I'm going to cancel it. ADSK we priced in. OPCH, that's a new one. Very coiled. Depends on the option chain. OPCH, Option Care Health Inc. Monthly expirations, $2 expected move. Probably a no thank you on that one. 250 wide for a 230 move. No thank you. LPLA, LULS, ELHC, or EHC, GL, INGR. That's a new one. Ingredion Incorporated. $137 stock. Take a look and see where we have a pinch. INGR. Again, good looking pinch. Depends on the option chain. August 15th, 5 wide for a $9 move. This might offer it. 432 to make 10. Not bad, honestly. If we go from 137 to 146, that's enough to cover the trade. I'm just looking to see from current price, 137 plus the expected move at 944. What would be that real value? 137.19 plus 9.44 puts you at 146. That's a $6.63 credit. That would give me over $2 of profit, which is around a 50% take profit. If I go 137.19 minus 944, puts you down to 127. That's $7.25. So this actually is a pretty good trade. Let me see if I can take this one for 430. Again, I'm seeing zeros on the open interest, which I don't love, but the asymmetry is there. If we get the stock to move, let me check one thing really quickly. By the way, where the heck are my traders at? I haven't seen a message in the chat the entire session. What up with that? Who's out there watching? We just finished up the trading battle. Going to my usual YouTube session. Final hour. Let me know if you're out there. Let's go to, what was the trade? INGR. INGR. I'm getting a lot of dings on my Discord. I feel like this is more stuff from Powell. Let's go real-time news. More from Powell. FOMC median forecast shows uncertainty about outlook. More stuff from Powell. Trump says Iran wants to come to the White House. Fed is watching Israel-Iran conflict. We possibly will see higher energy prices, but don't generally tend to have lasting effects on inflation. Trump says I have a meeting in the Situation Room. It's a time of real change in geopolitics, trade, immigration. Doesn't change how we do monetary policy. Okay, and then Powell's rate hike is not the base case. Trump says I believe Iran would use nuclear weapons if they had one. That'd be awful, man. 2025, that would be awful. There we go. There's some comments. My gosh, Evan, what's up? Sebastian, how we doing? Ryan, hola. Hey, Chris, hey, Lee. MP's here. Watch both. Very nice. Jan's here with you. How'd FOMC go? I mean, it was fine. I ended up taking it was a personal profit, but that was more of the double up alerts that I posted. It was trade the call side, trade the put side. Put side ended up taking profit, and that was a nice little chunk. So made some net profit on the day. And really, it's just a bunch of noise. What I'm trying to do is put a trade in here for I and GR with my pinch point, and let me see if I can get filled here around 430. This is out to August, out 58 days, looking for a move that's $9 to $10 expected. Let me take a quick peek at this. I mean, generally, this does show some pretty encouraging signs. I'm just wondering if I'm going out far enough. Maybe August goes to September just to be safe. I like this trade. Let me take a screenshot of this one. Let me compare the difference between an August and October. I know this is way out there for 121 days, but I'd probably position it somewhat similar. So 1260, still want to buy. If I buy the 140, go 10 wide, buy the 135, go 10 wide, pay 690 to make 10, that's a little bit worse. 8 to make, I have to go one strike out. So that's paying 4 to make 10, but now the question is the expected move. So if we go 1260, that's 149, and that doesn't really cover the cost of my trade. That's where the strikes distance fudge. I think there's some more open interest here on the September or October one than there is the August. If this was September, I'd be more willing to take the trade. I think August, if we have like an eerily slow summer, which I don't think we're going to, I feel like this market's going to have some type of pullback through July, August. But let me go back to the trade I posted originally. That was, we have July 18th. I'm going to August 15th, which is through earnings. So maybe get this market moving and shaking a little bit. A 140 by 150, a 135 by 125, pay 432. I'll try a 430 debit on this one, see if it fills. Not filling. Let's try a 432 mid price. Not filling. I'll go up to like 435, 440 maybe is my max here. Not filling. Let's try a 440. That's my final offer. Not filling. Son of a biscuit. Crap. Well, cancel that one. Just not good enough to fill, unfortunately. A couple more on the pinch point scanner. AGO, we already did, I believe. Assured guarantee. Probably a terrible option chain. 5 wide for $5 move, no thanks. All right, so we're still in for pinch point for 28 trades total. I think 5 have closed. We've got most of the trades running with small profit, trying to keep running. Let's see here. It doesn't look like it moved the market. It didn't. The markets have been like really contained today. Look, I'm telling you though, just don't take this support level lightly. I mean, if this market does actually get a move lower, and whether it's a gap lower, it's like this does clear a pretty big hurdle of support. So if this is an obstacle that the bears can clear, I think there's room for this thing to fall. And I don't know what the catalyst is. Obviously, the market can latch on to escalated tensions. Fed's going to keep rates. They're not going to cut rates. Does anything change in the Fed watch tool? This is all happening in real time. So maybe the Fed watch tool is showing something different for September. It's the same. Still showing about a 57.5% probability of cutting rates in September. Again, higher probability of cutting rates in December. Today is just a big old nothing burger, right? And what is price? Contained. So the week is still pretty quiet. We've got a holiday tomorrow. Friday, if we're going to have a directional day on Friday, maybe it pushes to the downside. If you're in my daily profit play, let's see if we can get a good opportunity for Friday. I will probably do something similar to how I started today. I actually pivoted, which I don't know. In a way, I'm glad that I did, but because we had about an hour of direction, it just didn't work out, and I wasn't going to sit and hold it. Although it would have worked out just fine. It would have worked out just fine, which is typically what Daily probably does. Kevin, as your question there, where do you read your news? I'm looking at my Discord channel. I plugged in a real-time news feed. So if I go to my Discord, which is Chris Pulver Trading, right here, you come into this news feed section. This is all from Financial Juice pulling in, real-time headlines. So if you want just headlines, and I've used Financial Juice for a long time, it's always kind of the why. If you're not really sure what just happened, how the market's moving, there's always something that's like, oh, maybe it's a headline. Maybe it's something on, oil, it's on gold, it's on a currency pair, it's in the stock market. I mean, you can find it. So this is a good way to get a lot of different sources all at once. Makes my life pretty easy. So I catch up on a lot of the news right here. If you're looking at individual stocks, you can always go to the heat map and see what's going on. Like, today, Visa, MasterCard. So if I go to, which one's down worse? If MasterCard's down 5% today. So let's go MA on FinViz. And what happens here? So real-time news, 1250. Will Cloud Edge Solution further solidify MA's Asia-Pacific presence? Circle Internet Coinbase jump is Senate clear stablecoin bill. This whole thing with stablecoin bill, this does have a big impact on your financiers. This is your Visa, your MasterCard, your Amex. If this allows companies to essentially, accept stablecoin, I don't know. I mean, I think that gives like retailers a big upper hand. They don't have to worry about the pain of like going through the middlemen. That changes a lot to how we pay for things. So I think this is where start of the dents are happening. I would think that they PayPal, at one point was looking pretty good for, okay, having crypto and being a holding firm and being like a bit of a low value tech company. But if you go to the stock, let's go to PayPal. I mean, PayPal's had a pretty good decline from 75 down to 68. I'm in a PayPal trade with pinch point. I was looking for volatility. I'm not going one direction. I'm going both directions. So right now it's back to profit. And if we continue to push lower, 70 to 62 is a 750 wide. Only paid 394. So if we have enough damage done to these, like PayPal's and Visas and Mastercards, we can turn this into a nice little profit. I'm going after a 50% take profit there. Okay. So good on that, Kevin? BJP, son of a biscuit. Yeah, that's me. I probably said that since I was in middle school. Michael's asking about platinum fudge. Yep. I mean, I got to keep a PC on here. I don't drop a lot of swear words, so I got to keep a PC for the kids. All right, sounds good. So that's what's happening. That's where I'm checking the news. Little FinViz, little Financial Juice in my Discord channel. FinViz is good for just a heat map, real time news on whatever's happening in the markets, any individual stocks. Visa, probably MasterCard, same thing. Let's go Visa. Yep. So we've got Circle Internet Coinbase to jump, leads to stablecoin revolution. What is Circle Investments? I know that's been on the radar for a little bit. Circle Energy, Circle Internet Group. I think is it this one? CRCL. Oh my God, what? This thing just IPO? What is this crap? 70 to 194? Are you kidding me? Financial technology company enables business of all sizes to harness power of digital currencies, public blockchains, and payments. Good Lord. This had to have been an IPO. 180% since open. 70 to 193. Good Lord. Fudge. Well, that was not on my radar. Circle Internet Group. Crazy IV rank. I mean, because it's so new with no history, I don't want to step in front of that. I do wonder. Let me try something really quickly, just for fun. Let me just price out a trade. If I go 44 days out, take a very textbook, tasty trade type setup. I don't even have an expected move on this thing. We're trading at 194. My option chain for August doesn't even exist. So if I went to August 15th, I mean, yeah, your option prices are so bad, it's not even tradable. So never mind. I don't know. Yeah, super hot 2 weeks ago. Makes sense. It's fine. All right, let's go. SPX. Coin was hot. Yeah, coins. It's probably same thing, right? Coin. Oh my gosh, man, that's a big rip on Coinbase. And that's a big win for them. I mean, they're putting Coinbase in the S&P. Stable coins are getting more notoriety. I don't know if they're trying to squeeze this into the tax bill for the U.S. They might be. I mean, it's 1,100 pages, maybe more. So there's probably all sorts of crap that we don't even know about that's going to be in there, right? So anyway, that's a big win for Coinbase. That's a big surge. I mean, it's up just on today 15+%. Part of me was hoping for a gap fill at 214 to put in some ratio spreads like I did earlier this year. Once we came down to this 157, I was doing a bunch of ratio spreads for some income. Those worked out well. But this little run back up to highs. Okay, fine. What is Bitcoin doing today? Bitcoin, not much. How about Mag 7? Mag 7 is just totally sideways, still pretty choppy. We zoom in here, take the 4-hour chart on Mags, maybe something like this. If this structure, I mean, you could go out to this trend line, but I'm going to take this low to this low to this low and just kind of connect the levels. So 1, 2, 3. And if we break this little wedge or we break this trend line, then I think the mags could roll over a little bit. We come down here. We'll see. So, to me, this is all like a cautiously bullish environment. One thing I want to look at was S5 FI. Yep. Let's go daily. So right now, above the 50-day moving average, we have 65% of stocks in the S&P above the 50-day moving average. I have the Nasdaq. We peaked up as high as 87% in the Nasdaq. Above the 200-day, this is 62% in the Nasdaq. Above the 200-day for the S&P is still 45%. We had some S&P markets that have rolled over a little bit, hitting some resistance around that 200 moving average, coming back down. We were up to as high as 55% above, and now, kind of hanging out around that 200 moving average. This could also be a big period of indecision, right? If you think about this 200 moving average, a lot of stocks are sideways right around that 200-day moving average. The next question is it going to roll over and get worse, or is it going to actually have a market breadth rally to get better? And I don't know, but it's not going to stay sideways. That's for sure. If you go out, 2 months, 3 months till the end of the year, we're likely going to have some direction. Okay. And as we are wrapping up here, got about $250 profit. Okay, fine. That's all trading battle stuff for the day. So tomorrow markets are closed. I'm still just watching that 59.62 level. If we come into trading on Friday, I'm looking to see if price will stay below 60.50. 6,000 has been a very sticky level. 60.50 has had a hard time breaking. This last level was June 11th, so that was last week. I mean, it's just kind of right there, sticking around this 6,000 level. If we break, I think we go lower with a lot more force. I think the floor gets removed, but the ceiling is pretty noticeable right now. And after Fed's comments today and Jerome Powell's press conference, I don't know what's going to help drive this market higher. Right? Expect higher inflation ahead, but don't know how much, how long. I mean, it's just classic uncertainty from the Fed. That's kind of by design, to 1.3, Ken. I'm not that long on pound Swiss. I'm long to like 1.13. I'm long to like 1.20, but not necessarily holding it that long. So I am long though. I like pound Swiss long. I like Aussie Swiss, CAD Swiss. We do have a rate decision tomorrow. Pound is supposed to be holding rates. Bank of England likely to pause and hold rates. and Swiss looking to cut to 0. So that could make things pretty interesting for the Swiss basket. I think if the Swiss, if we see stable, stable pricing, we don't see a lot of risk off trading. The Swiss going to 0% could help kind of give this market a bit of a lift. I am surprised there hasn't been more of an intervention in the Swiss basket, but I guess we haven't really had a need to intervene. Not not yet. They haven't, but it's been a very strong basket for now, like 3 to 4 years. So I'm holding for positive swap, positive carry. Somebody want to look at, was it platinum? Somebody want to look at? I'll look at platinum futures. So platinum futures is PL. PPLT is the spot price. Good Lord. It was breaking out. This is my platinum futures trade right here. So I was looking to get long. I don't have the asset in my Tasty account. So for my futures trading in Tasty, I don't have platinum to trade. But it would have been like a really nice like 1-1-1 trade. It wouldn't have been like speculative like this where I'm long the futures contract. It would have been just an option trade. But this is, from 879 up to 1300. That's a big move. It's up 50%. So I mean, on the benefit side, I mean, I'm benefiting from gold. I'm benefiting from silver. I did a roll today on UNG, which is my natural gas position. We're up to 1810. This is okay. I'm not looking to ride this thing crazy high right now. If I get UNG called away at my 17 call, I rolled my call out to July 3rd or July 11th. Let me double check. But it's going to be worth about $3,000 if I get it called away. So UNG, I rolled this on a bunch of accounts. Let's go symbol. UNG is here. So I have my 5x17. We're trading at 1810. I rolled this for like an extra 33 cents credit. So my break even's like 940. 945 is my break even. So if I go $5 call plus 945, that's my break even on my diagonal spread. I get it called away for 17. I make 255 times 100 times 15. I make about $3,800 over the next 23 days. So it's not bad. I just don't know how long I want to hold UNG unless it is just ripping higher. If we're going higher, then I'll just roll it for whatever I can get. If I can get an extra 20 cents, 30 cents, I'll kind of suck out all the extra intrinsic value or I guess extrinsic value, and I'll just let it get called away at 17 bucks. I might increase it to 17.50, but the point is I want to try to increase my bottom line a little bit. I just don't trust this that much, especially if oil takes a hit to the downside. If oil, takes a correction, and this, Israel-Iran geopolitical run-up is a little bit overpriced or overrun, then I think UNG is going to continue to go sideways. So it's a really messy instrument. It's been in a long-term bear market for years now. This would have turned bearish. I mean, you go way back here. Look at this thing. This has been a bear market for, a decade. We've had a decade bear market on natural gas. Now that doesn't mean that we can't do this. That doesn't mean that we can't have just crazy, ridiculous runs. But I mean, that's going to be like a COVID situation. Are we going to run up like we did here? I don't know. So I mean, if it runs too much and I can't get the appreciation that I want, I'll still just take the profit, move on. But right now, this is going to be updated to a break even. So I will roll this. This is a 7-11 expiration. $17 call and a 945 debit. That's going to be my break even. Okay, so we'll see what it does. DAX when it suits, sure. Yep, let's go to DAX. To me, all I'm looking for on the DAX would be a pullback that we can buy. I like buying the dips. I think if we get like a 30%, look for it to retest the highs. If we get a 382, I like how to box this one in. So if we hit 30%, do we run back up to the highs? If we hit the 382 to kind of 618 fib zone, do we get back to the highs? So obviously reward to risk here, reward to risk here. But because of this swing, I think as long as we don't, is it going to be like the tricky trade to be that? Are we going all the way back down? Not without the U.S. market really rolling over. I don't think the US market is going to roll over. So I think if you get an opportunity to buy a dip on DAX, I think it's still going to go higher. But it's just, is 23,000 to 24,000 a good trade? Do you want to try to hold out for like a 22 or 21,000 to get back to all-time highs? But I think it's a buy. I think it's just a, buy the dip, get the right correction, have this market just breathe a little bit, kind of ventilate these crazy gains, and see if it's able to find a higher low. Swing trading, it's a good question, Ken. I mean, do you have a preferred time frame? For me, swing trading is like daily structure, maybe a 4-hour, 1-hour chart. That's my swing trade in the context of the bigger picture. So if you have a trend, I'll kind of just quickly illustrate this / type it out for you. So if you want to be a swing trader, okay, I think if you have like weekly or daily price structure. So meaning, are we at support? Are we at resistance? And then do we have like a 1-hour or 4-hour pattern alignment for a swing? Because those are big enough charts to eliminate some of the noise. Put your stop losses above or below. Whether you're trading low, you're going to put stop losses below. Trading resistance, you're going to put stop losses above. And then looking at, for me, my preference is doing like a 5-0 pullback to the 1.27 extension. Does that make sense? So if I had a swing, let's say that we're coming down here to support. It's just an illustration. But let's say that we were looking at a strong level support, and support's right here. We have a trend line break. The market makes a little move. Well, if you drag a fib from this low to this high, I could put in a pending order around that 50% zone. Let me change this color. If I put in like a 5-0 entry, okay, stop loss below, I go after the 127 right up here. Okay, so it should be greater than a 1-to-1. Okay, not by a lot. It's not 3-to-1, 4-to-1, but it should be greater. But with good market structure off support, if the market pulls back, right? If the market pulls back, it finds the 5-0, finds the 618, finds the 786. You get filled. That's good. And then it goes up to the highs again. You can always move your stop loss to break even or better and let it run. If it goes up to the 127, that's the easy fill. That's before you hit the third wave. Okay, that's before you finish the move. So typically my favorite swing is a 1, 2, 3. That's when you get the strongest move. If you're going to catch the first wave, it's because you're watching support. If you're going to catch the first wave at resistance, because you're watching resistance. That first wave is all based on strong support resistance. So if we have wave 1 pullback, which would be a wave 2, 3, I'm looking for symmetry. If it goes beyond that 127, great, should be easier to hit. But one of the best ways that I've been a swing trader over the years has been this formula. It is the A to B equals C to D. Meaning this: if I have this swing, then I look at that market to repeat it. There's your A to B, there's your C to D. So it's symmetry. It happens all the time. It's such a good technical level. It's good efficiency. Yes, the market can run hotter and higher, but if the market's just going to get you somewhere, I think this is an easy way to find an entry and get to a destination with a swing trade. So that's my elevator pitch on being a swing trader. Find higher time frame structure, support resistance on the higher time frames, go down to a 1-hour, 4-hour, look at your swings, try to recognize some price patterns. I like the 5-0 pullback to the 127. If you want to go a little bit deeper, trade the 618. Right? 618 pullback to 127 is a good trade. Look at this on a fib side. If I did a swing, okay, look at my reward to risk. So if I did an entry at the 5-0, there's my run to the 127 compared to my risk. Okay, so that'd be my stop loss area. So just below that low. Okay, is that greater than 1-to-1? Yeah, it's greater than 1-to-1. It's not huge, right? It might be like 1.5, but there's my 1. I've got like a 1.3, 1.5 reward to risk. Okay, watch what happens if we just bump this down to a 618 fib. So I take this down. I take this down to like that 55 or 61% fib. Now I take my risk it shortens my risk side up just a little bit. So right around here. And now we're talking more of that 2 to 1. Now I take this. There's 1. There's 2. So a 618 extension to a 127 is a 2 to 1, roughly speaking. That's a good trade. You have to win 33% of your trades. You'll make money. So if you have just some decent understanding of technical analysis, support resistance, win, 50% of your swing trades, you can make a lot of money. It's not that challenging if you embrace the process and the math around a 2 to 1. A 127 is also an easy profit target when the ratios should also be set up for a 618 should be ultimately finishing at a 618. So this is easy to hit. That's great. I want it to be easy to hit. Make sense? So it gets in the way. And if this is a swing, pullback, swing, look for that symmetry. A to B equals C to D. Okay? So hopefully that illustration makes sense. It's fun. I mean, really, I just call it like market mapping. I call it pattern trading, structure, whatever. That's all it is. That's technical analysis. There's a lot of things you can draw on the markets and do some pretty effective analysis. Okay. All right. There's DAX. We did platinum. What else? Did DAX, did platinum. Pound Swiss, like I said to Ken, I'm not looking to go to 130. I'm looking to go to like 113, 113.50. How are my Forex or my 8 cap trades going with Trading Battle? I'm up $126. This one's up a ton, man. So I was up $1,500, but I did a pairs trade here, so I'm looking for a net result. So I'm up about $300 on the pairs trade between gold Aussie and gold euro. I'm gonna hopefully let that run a little bit more. Interesting. So it's about $360 a profit. We'll see. All right, what do we have? 10 minutes. I've got a webinar at the top of the hour, so I'm gonna just probably close out a little bit early. Not crazy. Let's go a couple more minutes. Any other charts? Any other requests? Currency strength on the day. Anything with Fed? Aussie on top, Swiss on the bottom. We have news overnight. Swiss National Bank will be coming in with a likely rate cut tomorrow morning at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Bank of England looking to pause for their policy rate decision at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. U.S. markets are closed tomorrow. I think the Forex market is still open. Just expect low volatility. Well, I take that back. U.S. markets are closed tomorrow, but I do think the London session will be pretty active. London Open, you're going to see that window is going to have the Swiss National Bank. That market's going to have the pound rate decision. So we could have some euro, pound, Swiss volatility. And even the Forex market's probably still going to stay open through the U.S. holiday. We just don't have the stock market open. Stocks are closed tomorrow, and then we'll resume on Friday. We also have 1-year loan prime rate and 5-year loan prime rate on China. What's up, bro? Benji wants to come say hi for like the 5th time today. Come here. Up, up, up. Okay. Okay. Oh, chair's breaking. Just fall over. Okay, so that's what's going on tomorrow. Live session wise, I do have a calendar still scheduled for tomorrow. I just don't know. Maybe I'll schedule some classes tomorrow for education. Anybody in my pinch point scanner want to do a live masterclass? I might do that. We're going to jump in and talk strategy for a couple of classes. Maybe I'll just throw some education out there. Maybe what I'll do is in my Telegram, let me see here. So Thursday, this is going to be a okay. I'm going to have some fun here. So tomorrow, because the markets are closed, Thursday is Juneteenth. U.S. markets are closed. Give me a thumbs up if you would like to have a multi-strategy workshop with me. We'll go like, I don't know, let's do a 9. Let's say 9 a.m. to maybe 10 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 10:15. So markets are closed. Let's do that tomorrow. Okay. So if you're in my Telegram, I will kind of discuss a little bit everything, multi-strategy. So I'll discuss daily profit play. I'll discuss some swing trading, my waterfall income. I'll talk through my pinch point scanner, talk about what I'm doing in double ups. Newsbreaker's been tough because we've had very little earnings. I'm looking for a better setup in the indexes as well. So we just have things that have kind of quieted down. I think Newsbreaker is going to pick up a lot more coming into like August, September. So I mean, I've got 1,900 members here. So if I can get, I mean, hopefully 2, 3, 400 people come show up in my Discord. Same thing. I mean, you know how to find me. So if I run this, I can post a Zoom link for it. Just kind of create this off the cuff. But I'm still going to be here. I've got meetings all day, and I'll still be monitoring things and kind of reviewing the portfolio. But yeah, let's do it. Okay. That dog looks heavy. He is 30 pounds of muscle. So he's just like picking up a dumbbell every day. Okay. Prices, I mean, pretty quiet on the day overall. I mean, just a bunch of noise for FOMC. The market is not breaking these clear support levels. It's close, but it just hasn't happened yet. But what I'm saying is, as we get to these levels, if this floor can hold, then it's clearly support. If this floor is breaking, there is room to the downside. So I just want us to be aware of where this price action can take us. Pretty easy chart to see here. We're on the right-hand side of the trend line. Does it take out the low? If it does take out the low and we fall, this low is in jeopardy, this low is in jeopardy, this low is in jeopardy, this gap with the U.S.-China trade agreement gap, it's all able to be hit. This is not a bad thing, okay? This goes back to what I've been talking about with that OPEX cycle expiration, 5905, 5900. If we hit that level, if we can't, kind of melt up into the highs, I think this morning we had a VIX cycle too. So VIX expiration was this morning. Fed was kind of a big nothing burger. But if we clear this low, I mean, we were kind of running up higher into the VIX cycle. So a lot of times the probability is, oh, come on, dude, you're going to get off my lap just like that. Get out of here. If we are going up into a VIX expiration, about 60% of the time it turns. And we have a cycle like this is end of month, end of quarter on Monday the 30th. Get out of here. So we'll see. So, all right. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm seeing questions there. What time? Yeah. Let's do 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow. Actually, let me ask something really quickly. Let me ask tomorrow. Because if I don't have a session at 10:15, then I might just do like a 9:30 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 11. Just talk for a couple hours. So let me confirm. I'll update this either a 9 a.m. start tomorrow or 9:30 start tomorrow, and we'll get to spend a little bit of time together. So I'm going to open up for anybody. If you follow me on my YouTube channel, if you follow me on Financial Wars, you follow me on A1 Trading, you follow me on Discord, Telegram, everybody's welcome. Just like a full-on strategy session. I will probably take that education. I can either post a Zoom link in here for everyone to join me, or I can just do it on my YouTube session, and we'll just post. It'll be a video for all to see. Okay, so I'll find out whether or not I'm going to be live at 10:15. If I'm not, then I will probably push this to like 9:30 to 10:30. Oh, we are live. Okay, so I'm going to do a 9 to 10, 9 to 10:15. Got it. All right, we'll stick with it. So 9 a.m. tomorrow. Is DFS VIP? What's DFS? Explain the acronym WD. I'm not sure what DFS is. Services that I have here's my list. So I have, it's a lot. Daily profit play. I have waterfall income. I have double up alerts. I'm doing a webinar at 4 o'clock actually on double up alerts. I have news breakers. I have crash insurance masterclass or crash insurance. I have, yeah, we'll do Eastern time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Crash insurance, and it will be recorded, just so you know. I'll post it. It'll be recorded. Crash insurance. I've got Pinch Point, which is a scanner alerts. Crash insurance is protection, hedging. Newsbreakers is you know, breaking news, catalysts, uh, surprise moves. Double up would be asymmetrical, so this is just big reward, small risk. Okay, waterfall is index swing trading, and this one is index day trading. So there's not a lot of overlaps. These courses, these services are all very different. Okay, and then I have some other alert services as well. Oh yeah, Project Options Edge. Project Options Edge. This would be probably my most discretionary. So a lot of this one is what I'm doing for my fund. I mean, I don't like to take a lot of risk. I like to make the most money possible with the least amount of risk. Utilize my my capital that I do have, which right now I'm still sitting around like 50 to 55% cash. So this one is very discretionary. I take a lot of kind of creative income strategies with that one. So it's, if you're willing to open your mind to a lot of different strategies, that's a good one. And then I have my all access or diamond club membership, which is for those that have multiple services. You can upgrade and just get them all. Okay. And I also have Pulver alerts. So there's a bunch. A little bit of something for everybody. Big accounts, small accounts. I'm a retail trader. I can trade small. I can trade large. I don't take a lot of risk. You know, I take a lot of trades. I don't take a lot of risk, but the numbers add up pretty nicely. I'm trying to make as much money the safest way I can, and to do that, it's spread out. It's a lot of diversification in strategy. It is also kind of symbol neutral. So I don't care if I trade the SPX or I trade the SPY. I don't care if I trade an individual stock. I don't care if I trade futures. I don't care. I don't care. I just want to trade what is a good setup, right? So if anybody has any questions on these type of services, then you can email me. My email is chrispulverpub@gmail.com. That's what I use for my Prosperity Pub services. Or you can email the team at Prosperity Pub, which is support@prosperitypub.com. And or you can just hit me up in my Discord channel. I'm there in the live channels every day. So let me know. I'm accessible. Okay. All right. So Forex, DFS VIP. I don't know. That's not mine. That's not mine. Nope. All right. That's going to do it. I got to jump over to another webinar. Tomorrow morning, okay, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, let's start a little masterclass session, little multi-strategy session. Let's see who's chiming in. Got 18 thumbs up. That's good. I want to see everyone show up. I'll post it in Telegram. I'll put it on YouTube. It'll be like a strategy session. Come one, come all. Come with questions. Let's talk shop, and it'll be fun to share. Okay, thanks for being here today for the final hour. Let's have some fun tomorrow in a multi-strategy class. Markets are closed, so I might not do an afternoon session. I might just take the time off, and it's seldom experience. So if the market's not open, then I'll probably just take a little breather for the afternoon and enjoy the day. We'll be back at it Friday for live trading when the markets return. But let's see what happens in currency land tomorrow. Bank of England rate decision, Swiss National Bank rate decision. Off we go. Okay, thanks for being here, everybody. If you are not a subscriber, kindly do so. I'd like to see you in the YouTube session tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, for a multi-strategy discussion. I'll just kind of briefly go through, each one of my little classes and strategies, talk and shop. I think the reason why is there's a lot of ways to trade. There's a lot of ways to get the market done, or get the job done in the markets. Doesn't have to be hard. We can talk about some simple income methods. We can talk about, a little bit more speculation, pricing through options. I'll review my practical options class, which is two more classes I forgot about. Practical options for $27, practical options for $497. These are option-based services that I have as well that are just on-demand sessions. Okay, I'll let you go. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye.